What if I told you that the only thing that's probably real about you is your wickedness? Now you hear a lot of Christians say things like God created the devil in order to test people. Well, it's the other way around. The devil really created God to test people. In a metaphorical sense, of course, neither one exists, but not the Christian God anyway. Now, what do I mean by this? The only thing that's real about you is your wickedness. Now, let me explain to you that a lot of the things that you do out of the so-called goodness of your heart, or altruism, or anything like that, is often something you don't want to do. For instance, you don't want to get up in the morning and work a job so you can be a good citizen. You want to do things all day on your own. You want to be free from that. You're doing that because you're being forced to do it, either to survive for your own self or to take care of your loved ones. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, by the way, but ultimately you don't want to do it. Nobody likes their job. Most people do not like their job, and they lie when they say they do, but they don't. They'd rather be somewhere else. You're in a kind of, so what's in that situation when you wake up in the morning and you go, I fucking hate my life, I wish I didn't have to fucking do this job. Well, that's the most honest part of you. For the rest of the day, for the rest of the day, you walk into the job and you look at people you don't like and you'll say, how are you, how's it going, you know, what did you watch the football last night, watch the film, watch the TV last night? But you would rather not be there. You're being a fake, and then you're having to be nice to all your customers or whatever. Now, I'm not saying everyone who works in the job is like this, I'm just saying this is typical. This is the vast majority. And the only part of you that's true is the part inside you going, I fucking hate that guy over there. I hate my boss. I hate the fucking customers. That's the only part of you working for, well, you're working for yourself, it's a lot different, but you're just in employment for someone else. That's the only part of you that's real. The part of you that's pretending to be a good citizen, the part of you that's pretending to be, you know, a productive member of society is a complete and utter lie. And you know it's a lie, and you're never, nothing you can ever do or say will make that right. Now, in Irish folklore, there's often stories of the fairies stealing people's shadows. Now, I know that sounds weird, but they will come at the rare times that fairies will be seen on a sunny day. Someone will be in a field somewhere, or in a mountain, or in a forest, and the fairies will appear and try to lull them to sleep, make them weak. And then they try to literally steal their shadow. They'll look down and see the fairies at their feet, stealing the shadow. Now, we don't know what these things are. These could be the way the mind is projecting the concepts out there. But the reason why the fairy wants your shadow is that's where your soul is. Your soul is in this beam of light where you go, I'm an empath. Blessed be, I'm wonderful. God bless you, my friend. That's not the real you, that's fake. That's a complete lie. The real you is like, I fucking hate this. I fucking hate that. I'm sick of these people. The real reactions that come out of your body. And that's stored on an energetic level in your shadow. The shadow is not only a metaphorical term for the dark side of yourself, but it's also it's actually the real shadow is there, it's projected. It's also in that. And that's the real part of you. You're closer to, if you Christians, or all of you, are closer to the devil than you'll ever be to God. And that's a good thing, because the closer you are to the devil, the more real you are. And people, we all know that Carl Jung said that people they live in horror of actually having to face the truth. And there's so much reality to that. You have all these middle class cooks and all these soft boys in the music industry, right? And you'll have some rap group where you'll have some fucking idiots from LA who are often quite wealthy. Look at your man, what was his name? Was it Ice-T or Ice Cube? None of them came from the ghetto. And he'd be going, I capped the bitch with my 9. I capped him in the head. I shot her. I killed this fucking stupid play acting about violence. And they're all going, it's really fine. This is really fine expression of African American life in the ghetto, expressed by some 700-pound criminal who isn't really a criminal, but he pretends he is. It's really fine. It's a fine expression of African American culture and music. But when someone like a Vrag from Burzum actually kills Euronymous in the Norwegian black metal scene, they're all like, can you believe it? He's a killer. He's a murderer. He killed somebody. You see the difference? The reality is, the real reaction is the latter, because they're afraid of the truth. They want fantasy. They want a cosplay existence, both at the soul level and the real level. And that's why in a heathen type mindset, you don't go around trying to be all pious and holy, like, God loves me, oh, I'm so holy, blessed be, I send you light, like the New Agers. You're just yourself, and you're accepted as yourself. See, Christianity, this is one of the sick things about it, is it makes you have to act like something that you're not in order for you to try and get your soul saved. You don't need your soul saved to begin with. They kind of damaged you anyway during baptism.